Hey everyone, welcome back to Ready Set Prep. Today we're going to be going over our long-term food storage solutions and our emergency food supply and backups. So we all know that there's hundreds of different types of freeze-dried and dehydrated foods, dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of companies that sell this type of stuff. Some of it's good, some of it's not good. I think a lot of this is due to your own taste per person's. Some people have a wide array of taste buds. They can eat just about anything, and then some people are very picky. I think it's important that people go through and do your due diligence. Try some different things. I would hate to get into an emergency situation where it's a survival situation, and as gloomy as that may be, to make it worse, now you're eating food that you don't like. So, you know, a man should have between 2,500 calories per day, around 2,500 calories per day. A woman should have around 2,000 calories per day. And I think that keeping a 3 to 6 month supply is good. It's a good start. You know, obviously, this is not all. This is just some samples of what we keep on hand for our long term. I'll do a pantry video at some point to show you what we keep within canned foods, boxed foods, things like that. But that'll be a whole nother video. So, um, some reasons for some shortages. We have weather issues, economic uncertainties, global instability. There's population growth. There's so many reasons why food is going to and has become scarce. We're the first week in February of 2022, and across the globe, there's food shortages, there's trucking issues, there's global shipping issues. We have uncertainty amongst things, for the, and for the most part, there's just a large scale, there's droughts, flooding, all over the world. China's buying up more food in the largest portions of food on the globe for the last 2 and 3 years. They are stockpiling seeds, all kinds of things, and I think it's important that we pay attention to that. Cuba is also going through a huge famine. Their government is handing out rations. Some of them are spoiled, they're no good. So I couldn't imagine if it came down to a soup line here in our country where we have people needing food and the things that they're giving us are old or just not nutritionally valuable. So trying to keep, things like this on hand is always a good idea. Coffee production also is down by half over the last couple of years. So there's just a global shortage, and these are some of the solutions that I wanted to go over with you guys today. So if you like this video, maybe hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, of some things that you guys have tried that you think are amazing. I'm more than willing to try them. These are just some of the things that we tried. Some of these we like, some of these are not great. So I won't tell whose is who, but for the most part, they're out here. So the first one we'll have here is our 72-hour American Cross Red Cross kit. This is just add water. This is a 25-year shelf life, and I believe that this is 72 hours. It's got crunchy granola, cheesy macaroni, teriyaki rice, hearty tortilla soup. It's got quite a few things inside of here, and some whey milk alternative, just to keep you going 72 hours. If you were picky, you could probably stretch this out for, a good 4 days or so, in a survival situation. So not bad. That's American Red Cross. Next, we have ReadyWise. So ReadyWise Adventure Meals, these are not bad meals at all. Just add hot water, boil it up. You can breakfast skillet, pretty nutritional. 190 calories per serving. $4.70 in a container. So there is some nutrition to be had here. It's not eating beans and rice. So ReadyWise, and these actually taste really good. So I highly recommend having a couple of those around. Ready Hour. These are a 25-year shelf life, and there's so many different kinds of these. When you get into it, My Patriot Supply is who makes these. The black bean and rice soup, homestyle potato, creamy chicken, mac and cheese. There's a number of these, but having a 25-year shelf life is absolutely a great idea to have. Again, just adding water to these will keep really well. So we keep a bunch of those around. Mountain House. This is more of a dessert, so I made the mistake of adding water to this. You don't want to do that. Freeze dried is different. So this is just right out of the box. You just open it up, and this is an actual ice cream sandwich hard inside of there. Just a great snack for the kids. You don't want all of your doom and gloom to be doom and gloom food. You want to have a little fun. So I recommend you throw a few of these in your just in your bag. I think they're like $7, $8, $9, somewhere in that range. Thousand Lakes Food Company makes a 32 bean and 8 vegetable soup. This is some good stuff. Hearty. This is long term. To freeze dry or dehydrate, the amount of food that would go into here, it's going to cost quite a bit. And where you might get more, you can buy 10 apples and dehydrate them and get half a cup of apples. It seems like. So once you're dehydrating food, this is just a good long term, and they are absolutely tasty. So Thousand Lakes Food Company, good stuff right here. Peak Fuel. So this is another dehydrated, freeze dried sweet pork and rice. We keep a couple of these, a few of these. They come in all kinds of tasty meals. They're good. They're not horrible. They're good for the trail. You could throw them in a bag, bug out bag, keep them in the pickup truck, take them to lunch, to work. These are a little spendy. I think these are like in the $11 to $15 range in these pouches. So it's not something that you want to just spend every day for lunch at work. But to take one if you needed it, if you forgot a few dollars, good to have, or SHTF, either end of the spectrum. Good to have. So Mountain House also makes these adventure meals. These are great for backpacking, just keeping them in your long-term storage. This is good until 2051. I don't know if you guys can see that date there. That's just long-term. We've taken these on outings. These are, they're all right. Some of them are okay. Some of them are not so great. Again, that's kind of why I'm giving you guys this video. You want to do your own research and find what works for you guys. So, and the one thing I'll mention about the Peak here is that it does not have a very long shelf life. 6 of 26 is when this expires. And obviously you can keep it for much longer than that, but you would think that this has a much longer shelf life compared to something like this. We're at 2051. There's just, anyways. So there's those. Everybody knows what that is. MREs. I think that these are good to have. Meals ready to eat. Everything you need's inside of these. You have the cooking apparatus inside. You have all the utensils, salts, peppers, drinks, dessert. Keeping a few of these, meatloaf and gravy. You got barbecue pork. There's beef enchilada. And these are sealed. These are good long-term solutions if you guys are trying to just quick, easy meals. And these are high proteins, high calories. You guys can have these, and this is going to far surpass beans and rice any day of the week. So kind of the thing that I don't hear much about is popcorn. There are so many uses for popcorn that a lot of people don't understand. And, we keep a variety of popcorn, obviously some samples of these, just premium popcorn. This is a Boy Scout popcorn from Pecatonia. You can properly stored popcorn can be stored indefinitely, and you can ground this down into fine flours. You can make breads and pastries. There's a number of uses that you can use popcorn for, and I always recommend that somebody put that in their preps, and it's good to have just as a quick little pick-me-up. So, but lots of uses. Do some research on that, guys. Lots of uses for popping corn long term. So, moving into this, Augustin Farms, they make quite a bit, a different variety of foods here. So this is a 10-year shelf life on this, and this kind of varies. Some of these are 5, some of these are 20, but we keep a few different types. Like this is the butter powder. It has 204 servings inside of here and sealed up, good for 10 years. This one here is the eggs. These eggs are 10-year shelf life as well, 72 servings. Just good to have whole egg powder. These are things that will go quickly in a SHTF situation or a disaster. Just a couple of other ones that we keep, some beef. 10-year shelf life on this one here. It's got 40 servings in it. Really good stuff there. And then this one here is the peanut butter. The peanut butter, for some reason, only has a 5-year shelf life, but I'm more than prepared to keep this much longer. And I think I have only had these for around a year and a half or so. And there's others. I just didn't want to drag them all out. But Augustin Farms, great stuff there. So Gatorade, I think that having a nice dry juice powder is good. There's so many different types. Gatorade is affordable. It's 80 calories per serving. It has low sugars. It really does quench your thirst, obviously, and it makes 6 gallons, so you can store these long term. It says that it expires mid this year, but I would keep this much longer. Great drink solutions for ending, and it gives you good rehydration. So there's that. So that's just kind of some of the smaller stuff. Getting into some of these larger buckets, many different types that you'll find online. So basic dehydrated potatoes here. This has 20 pouches, and these are 4.4 pounds per bucket. This little amount here, I recommend everybody have 3 to 6 months worth of food. If you're getting into the 1-year preps, this is a very price savvy alternative versus dehydrating your own potatoes. So dehydrated 4.4 pounds in this here. Chef's Banquet. These are freeze-dried vegetables variety packs. So you're getting your corn, your cauliflowers, your broccolis, your potatoes, your green beans, your celery, stuff like that in these here. 320 servings in these Chef Banquets. And they're all individually packaged and wrapped, and that's a really large bucket, very heavy bucket of food there. So emergency food supply. This is a 200 adult serving bucket, easy to prepare, and these are full menus. So on some of these here, there's corn chowder, there's Western stew, there's barley vegetable soup, there's portioned bacon, rice, lentils, there's milk, chocolate milk, oatmeal, corn chowder, Western stew, ourselves. Anyways, so a number of meals in here, 20-year shelf life, great to have, and it actually tastes really good. The second one here this one down here is also an Augustin Farms. You can find these at Walmart, Amazon, eBay. 30-day food storage. This is for one person. You're going to find mashed potatoes and gravy, casseroles, soups, things to that nature in there, milk. It does have a couple of other supplies in there, like a way to cook some of this stuff, some gloves, things like that. Not a overall prepared kit, but better than nothing. That's 300 servings in here with a 25-year shelf life. about 1,800 plus calories per day. And if you were in a pinch, you could probably stretch that out just a little bit longer for each person. If this was a family of 4 eating off this, I would say that this would last you a week. So one person 30 days, 4 people for a week. Depending on the size of the people, if it's the mother, the father, and then you have the 2 kids, the kids might, eat a little less in a situation where they're not burning a lot of calories. So moving over here to Wise Company. The Wise Company, this is a 52 serving container, and these have great high quality foods inside of these. So it has the apple cinnamon cereal, brown sugar and maple multigrain cereals, the Orange Delight drink mix, the whey alternative. Food-wise, it has the creamy pasta and vegetable, the savory stroganoff, tomato basil soup, and southwestern rice and beans. Really great. Wise Company's okay. It's like a 5 out of 10. I'll eat it if I had to. But there are other alternatives, which is what you need to go through yourself and figure out what works better for you and your family. That's the 52 serving. I actually bought 2 of those, and because the bucket seemed a little light, I put 2 full buckets into 1 bucket, and it fits just perfect. So condense it down, make more room in our storage area. 140 servings of the Wise down here. It's the same format, meal-wise, only it's 140 servings down here on the bottom bucket. So moving over here, this is also a chef banquet. This is a freeze-dried fruits variety packs. So your apples, your blueberries, your strawberries, your bananas, your peaches, your mangoes, stuff like that. Between these vegetables and these fruits, I think those are going to be some of the first things to go in what I would consider to be the SHTF or, a food pinch. People aren't going to be growing and selling to stores. They're going to grow their own fruits, their own vegetables, and keep them for themselves. They're going to dry them. They're going to can them. And I think that's going to be one thing that people who are not prepared will have to deal with. So I like to have these on hand. I think they're a good solution. And getting into your own drying of your own food, I do believe that it's important for you to dehydrate and learn to freeze dry your own food. I don't own a freeze dryer, but we have dehydrators. And I think the jalapenos we did, this was March. You can see start of the pandemic, March of 20. Jalapenos. This is rice, carrots, how much rice is in here. We measure everything out. That way you'll know what's in there. And this is just a very small portion of what we had done when we went through that in March. So these are just some simple solutions. A couple of the unsung heroes that I like to talk about in long-term storage is coffee. I think that having good coffee on hand is key. I don't drink coffee personally, but I know a lot of people that do. There's going to be a lot of very stressed out people. My mother, my wife, her family, people drink coffee. It could be a great bartering item for a person like me who doesn't drink it. And with the shortages, going to be harder to come by. Even though I don't drink coffee, Black Rifle Company makes a great coffee. I'm not paid, and none of these are a paid advertisement for me. I've paid my own money. I bought these myself. They're not paying me to say that Black Rifle Coffee Company is absolutely amazing and will keep you going in a very serious situation. Great to have for preparedness. And it's a medium roast for those who like that. So anyways, great little extra solution. Long-term, store it right. This can store forever. And then I also don't drink alcohol, but I do keep some on hand. I think that to have this on hand is a good idea. Hand sanitizers, cleaning wounds. You can use vodkas for a lot of different things. Whiskeys, great bartering tools. Alcohol is. But overall, again, one of the first things that are going to go. And unfortunately, people have addiction to this. So this would be a great tool to be able to barter off in a situation where they have something that you need. You can give up very little of some of this for something serious that you would need in your preps. And I recommend that you keep some of this in your preparedness as well. So, well, everybody, I think that's going to do it. Again, this is not my recommendation to go out, rush out and buy these things. You can find these things in your on Amazon, eBay, local Walmarts. I do recommend you do your own research, and maybe some of these I hope help you guys aid in your decisions of kind of finding. I'm going to say that 7 out of 10 of these are decent, and I will eat and not snub my nose at. There's a couple in here that I just would choke down in a bad situation. So I hope this information was helpful. Maybe hit the like and subscribe button, guys, if you like these types of videos. Leave some comments below if there's something that you think that you've tried that I might like that you don't see here. Maybe leave that comment and let me know. So always be working towards your preparedness, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to ready, set, prep.